In today's video, I'm going to be going over my stacking strategy for 2021, as well as doing a couple of unboxings.
Stacking Cat.
Hey there everyone, and welcome to the Stacking Kat channel. Thank you all for watching. If you are new here and would like to see videos about silver with a little bit of gold, then please subscribe. And if you enjoy what you see, then smash that like button and share this video. All right, so I have a couple of packages that came in the mail, so I'm going to open those up. We have a new 2021 coin that just came out, so we'll see exactly what that is. And speaking of 2021, I just want to wish everybody out there a happy new year, a happy and safe new year. It's been quite a year in the world, but it's also been quite a year when it comes to stacking precious metals. So let's open up these boxes and see what we got. So I went through two different bullion companies, JM Bullion and SD Bullion. Both were pre-sales, and so I just got them over the past week or so and wanted to open them up as part of this video. So a couple of really familiar designs. Actually, they have something pretty cool here, this SD Bullion one. Looks like you just kind of tear it open that way. Okay. Let's see what we got there. It's the first one. And JM Bullion. I haven't done an unboxing on video in a long time. Let's just get the coins out and put them right there. Let me adjust the camera, get a little bit closer, and we'll see what we got. And so I do have the camera just a little bit closer here. And there is the SD Bullion order. I will go through that one first, but I am going to put on some gloves for this one. We have some raw silver coins out there that I do not want to touch. So we'll see what these happen to be. And they also will be a part of my 2021 stacking strategy as well. So I did get 5 new maple leafs, of course, from the Royal Canadian Mint. The classic look, one of the better silver coins to stack, I would have to say, right up there with American Silver Eagles, particularly if you're here in the United States. And as you can see, they are the 2021s. So the 2021s were on pre-sale, I believe, since around Thanksgiving. And I was fortunate enough to get these or purchase these, put the order in when the spot price was, I believe, just a little bit over 23. Something like 23.05, 23.15. Of course, as of filming this, we're here on New Year's of 2021. And that's another reason why I wanted to put these or show these coins on this day, because of 2021. But spot price is about 26.45, somewhere in that range. So it's nice to get this at a cheaper price. I believe SD was doing these for $3.29 over, which pretty good. And so part of my strategy, I'll kind of get into it as I go through these orders, is to stack a few tubes of maples, but for sure a tube of these 2021s. I try to do that. I did that with the 2020s with both the maples and the eagles, so I'll try to do the same thing with this year as well. Now, probably just one tube, unless I could find a deal on a specific year, 2021, of the maples. Other than that, I will try to find whatever the best deals are, whether they are random year deals or maybe it's a 2020 they have on special. Now, one thing about the maples, though, that I do want to say when it comes to random years, if at all possible, try to stack 2019 and newer. That's when they put on that new mint shield technology, which cuts down or is supposed to prevent all the milk spotting that you'll see on a lot of the older maples. So, if really like the 20, I want to say 2012, 2011, maybe up through 2017, the maples really spot up good. The 2018's not so bad, but once they put in that new mint shield technology in 2019, it's been a lot better. So when you're going for the random year maples, it may be best to try to stick to 2019 and newer. Now, I also did get one more thing or two more of the same coin. Let me kind of cut this tape here. Okay, get into these. And I've had multiple orders of these 2020 Libertads. And so JM Bullion had a good deal on them. On Christmas, I did a little fun kind of sketch type video where I opened up one of my other packages. It had a 2020 Mexican Silver Libertad in it. And here is another order. I did not know when a lot of these were going to come in, so I wanted to make multiple purchases and just see what I got. I didn't get too many of them, but here is two more, of course, of the 2020s. I need to get some better fitting gloves. That is for sure. I don't know about these things. Maybe I should be wearing I do have the black surgical style gloves too. Maybe I should go with those. But I digress. So another 2020. There's a much better look at it. So the Libertad. The good old Libertad, the hot coin of the year. Okay, so those are both there. So 7 ounces of silver to kind of start this year off right. Like I said, I do want to stack multiple tubes there of Canadian maple leafs. I just think, especially geographically where I am in the United States, maples are one of the better bullion coins to stack. And the silver Libertads, I think, are great anywhere, but they do have a lot of upside here in the U.S. as well. A lot of people are looking for a lot of the different Mexican coinage. I mean, they're Mexican junk silver, if you even want to call it that, is highly sought after, like the Quintanamox. A lot of sought after Mexican silver and gold for that matter. So I also, to move on, want to stack some more tubes of American Silver Eagles, of course. And so American Silver Eagles have a little bit different of a distinction for 2021. These are some 2020s. The 2021s have not been released yet. They are on pre-sale as well. So I'll be hoping to get some of those. And this is, of course, with the traditional reverse of the heraldic eagle. Pretty similar to the same one that you find on the reverse of the Kennedy half dollars. But they are changing it up, as we all know, or at least most of us know, to a different reverse. It's going to be an eagle flying down and perching on a branch. So, big difference. For the first time in 35 years, we will have different American Silver Eagles. Now, due to mint delays and production, the Type 2s will not be released until probably late summer, is as best as I can gather. Just reading some articles on places like Coin World, it looks like that'll be the case, but we'll see. Maybe it'll be a little later than that. I do not have any specific date. However, we will see the Type 1, this traditional eagle, for the most part, going to begin the year. So we will have, here, let's put the reverse out so we could enjoy it for as long as we can, before it changes. The heraldic eagle. Now, I do plan on stacking more tubes here of the American silver eagle than I did last year. I went into last year with a plan of a specific amount of tubes. I did want to stack 5 rolls of those. However, I ended up stacking, now I can't even remember, I think about 3.5, one full 2020 tube. So I'd like to get at least 2 tubes for sure of the type 1, one of the type 1 and one of the type 2. However, I will try to stack some more random year tubes. Now, the Eagles are a little bit different than the Maples. They still do milk spot in certain circumstances. However, it's not as prevalent as you'll see with the Maples. So if you do find a random year deal, I would suggest taking that, especially if you can get it for a price, like 30 cents or so, which is usually about where it's at, 30 cents cheaper than whatever the current year is. So when you are looking for the Eagles, or that's what I'm going to be doing at least, I'm going to try to stack one of each of the 2021s as well as a few more. And I'm going to try to put more focus, I think, on Eagles this year than I did last year, and Maples as well. I stacked 2 tubes of Maples last year. I would have liked to stack more of those. And I'm going to focus away from a few other types of coins and rounds. These are cool items. Like here's an old Equilibrium silver round, which is put out by Tokalu or Tokalau. Not sure exactly how to pronounce that. But those are fun to stack, right? When you go through the online bullion dealers, you'll go through some of these, like the Seahorse right here, which is a Barbados. Now, Barbados makes a lot of cool coins. Now, they are minted by Scottsdale Mint, who mints a lot of these coins you'll find from the Caribbean or Africa or the South Pacific. So when you are buying those, that's where you're probably going to find them minted from. Not all from Scottsdale Mint, however, a decent amount. Of course, like the New A ones. Now, I will still stack the more well sought after series, like whenever the new Black Flag comes out, the new Shipwreck series that is put out by the Royal Australian Mint. So I'd look out for that. A few of the other ones, I just got the new Kookaburra. I'll go for the new Koala, some of the more standard Perth Mint stuff. But I think I'm going to be shying away from some of these other ones. Like here's the African Wildlife Leopard. These are fun silver coins to purchase. This is Somali Republic. Like these are, don't get me wrong, these are fun buying, and I am a person who succumbs to the eye candy. So when I'm going through a lot of these different online sites, and I'll clean that up later. When I'm going through a lot of these online sites, I'll find something and maybe I'm close to that shipping cost and I'll buy it. So I've bought a lot of these silver coins. And one of the downsides when you're buying these types, you're paying a little bit higher of a premium than you would, let's say, an American silver eagle. You're paying, let's say, $3 to $4 over spot for an eagle, and you're paying like $5 over spot for these. Like the Eastern Caribbean 8's another example. It's like here's the Mandala elephant, which is Chad. They look really nice. They have that proof look in the field, that mirror look. The design is cool. The artwork's cool. I just, I don't want to be paying $5, $6 premiums for these types of coins any longer. I just don't think it's worth it. When it comes to my stack, I want to focus on spending my money on some of the other stuff that's more foundational. Getting back into stacking the fundamentals, I just think that's a smarter move, especially with silver where it's at right now. We're in the mid 26s. There's no telling where it's going to go, but I do not expect it to drop tremendously. I don't expect it to really go up too much either. Maybe it breaks 30. And by going up too much, I don't think it's going to hit like 40 or 50 or $60 an ounce in 2021. However, if it does break 30 and you're going to be paying more per ounce for this stuff, I'd like to do it more in the standards, the foundational pieces. And by that I also mean junk silver too. So, more like half dollars, whether they're the Kennedys. Of course, now I wiped out all my maples by doing that, but whatever. It's silver. Buying some more quarters, some more Washingtons. Well, that's a 34. That's cool. Buying some more of that type of stuff, the 90% constitutional silver. Now, I don't think I'm going to be buying too many more Morgan and peace dollars in circulated condition. Maybe some like BU Morgans or something if I could find a good deal, or unless I can find the Morgan or peace dollars for a good price. But right now, the premiums on those are pretty high. You're probably paying just as much for one of those in cold grade as you would like an Eagles. So, or close to it, close enough to it to where I really don't want to go that route. And it's a little bit less silver, and it does carry some numismatic value to it, just kind of like the pre-33 gold. You want to have it in a condition where you may get a little bit numismatic value out of it. You don't want to be pigeonholed into just getting the silver value. So you'll probably pay the higher premium regardless of the condition, maybe just being a little more efficient in stacking those. Of course, I do love the Morgan and peace dollars, so I know I'm going to come across them and buy them anyway. But as of now, that is my plan. That is my strategy. Another one that I did not have in 2021 or in 2020 that I will have in 2021 is buying some more gold. So here's some quarter ounce American gold Eagles, as you guys could see here. I will probably be sticking it out with more of the fractional sizes. That's just what I could afford. That's part of my budget. If I'm going to be spending, a decent amount of money on one purchase, stacking under a budget, then I'm going to try to stick to some of the standards. The same thing, the maples and the American Silver Eagles too. So like here's a quarter ounce maple. We'll try to get some more of those. And the same thing with the Eagles I'm going to do with the gold as I did with the silver. They're, of course, changing the reverse on those too. So I will be, that's the newer queen. I will be buying or trying to buy a 2021 Type 1 and Type 2 American Gold Eagle just to have it. I mean, I don't think it's going to end up making it that much more valuable down the road, but I do think just owning that will be kind of a cool thing to do. Just having both, because it's probably going to be the only year for who knows how many years that this is going to be the case. So I just think it'll be fun to own both types. Now, I prefer the traditional type, but what are you going to do? This is how it's going to be. They're not going back to the Type 1. So if you want to keep stacking Eagles, we're just going to all have to bite the bullet and buy the ones with the new designs. They're going to be more available. So just something to take into consideration in that regard. Okay, so that is my 2021 stacking strategy. And so I was able to start it off right with 5 of the 2021 Canadian Silver Maple Leafs. And it's just going to go from here. Okay, so that's going to wrap things up then for this video. And if you'd like to see similar videos about silver with a little bit of gold, then please subscribe and push that notification bell, smash that like button, and leave a comment. And until next time, this is the Stacking Cat.